Hey guys, about halfway, just past the 5-mile marker. As you can see, clear blue skies. There's even I'll show you what I'm running with today. I'm on the canal path between Macedon and gosh, I don't even know what bridge this is coming up. It's between Macedon and Fairport somewhere. I know the name of this road, I just can't think of it right now. A little waterfall over there. So the canal is still drained. It looks like they're starting to let it come back up a little bit. It's not as low as it usually is in the wintertime. I don't know everything about the canal. I just know I rode on a bike next to it for 360 miles a couple of years ago. That was fun. So I did 5 so far. I'm gonna turn around and go back here in a minute. I'm just gonna walk while I check in with you guys. Sorry for getting all preachy on the pre-run thing. I don't know what that was about, but I was going to touch on some readings that I did this morning, but I just like full on went preacher mode on you. Not always like that, but every once in a while. It means a lot to my recovery, so I talk about that sometimes too. So I always say my recovery is the 3 F's. It's fitness, family, and faith are very strong components of my personal recovery. So I know that's not the same for everyone, but since I hijacked the feed today, I get to talk about whatever I want. Yay! Go me. Anyway, so I really feel like I could do probably twice this distance today, but I'm not going to overtrain. 10 miles should do it today. I think that's fine. You know, I think a couple of things I did forget to mention. I always do forget to mention it. And as much as I want to say I'm always in the present, runs like these are a good time to ruminate on everything you said and everything you didn't mean to say. And I'm so stupid. How could I say that? You know what I mean. Everyone does that. So I really didn't talk much about the run. I'm still doing intervals. I'm a big proponent of taking rests before you need them. And I know there's a lot of training methods out there that say the same thing. Interspersed walking intervals are really helpful even before you need them. Just helps with your endurance. Take walk breaks, take pace breaks. So I can't go a live feed without saying I use the fartlek method. That's an actual thing, but it's fartlek, not fartlek. But I'm 12, so I say fartlek. But it's basically an interval training method, which really helps me, especially when I'm getting back into things. Like I said, I was saying before, you don't have to be this totally in shape person that does all these extreme things. We hear that all the time. ROCovery people feel like, I can't possibly keep up with you guys and blah, blah, blah. And I get that. I mean, there's a lot of anxiety around, not feeling good enough, not feeling like, you can keep up, but we all start somewhere, right? We all have our baseline, and I get back to that all the time. Like I was saying before, for a while, after I broke my ankle trail running, I had to change my focus and focus on lifting, and getting back into running again was tough because, like I said, 30 pounds heavier. I like to think it was all muscle, but I was eating like every 2 hours to keep up with my heavy lifting and all this other stuff. So getting back into running again is a really humbling experience, and I didn't want to run with a bunch of my friends who were still, at a good pace, and everyone's very encouraging and very like, I don't care about the pace. I'll run whatever you want and stuff like that. But I get that, you still have this voice in your head that's like, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. The only thing I can say to that is do whatever it takes. Just get up, go for a walk. Just every time you go, try and do a little bit more. Go a little bit further. If you start feeling like jogging, jog 25 paces and then start walking again. Jog another 25 paces and then start walking again. What I'm doing right now is measuring out every half a mile. I take a 100 pace walk break, and then I start with a slow pace for 100 paces. So I'm always counting. So it makes the time go by so much quicker and just keeps me in the present moment. That counting, I have 4 kids. That was when I was first introduced to breathing and counting through the pain, and a really big proponent of that. So once you do start to feel some kind of pain, that counting just takes your mind off it entirely. And it's really true, and it just makes, before you know it, time just goes by. You just lose track of your, again, it's just another thing that stops your monkey mind from going. So really, any kind of patterns, paces, counting anything, it's a huge help. So yeah, so just doing 10 miles today. And again, I don't, for clarification too, I'm not actually a boomer. It's just something that we say at work. My kids first introduced me to the word boomer through memes. Okay, boomer, they would say to me whenever I was dad-like. So I brought that to work, and everyone already knew the terms. It's not like I introduced everybody to it, but so I'm actually a Gen Xer, so I just want to clarify that. But at the same time, I joke about being old and stuff like that, but I'm so grateful that so many people are denied the privilege of getting older. And luckily, I'm gonna turn around now, so my talking's almost done for this check-in. Luckily, I've made it this far, to be able to have a little more wisdom and a little more experience, and that totally plays into what I was talking about too, is counting everything as a blessing, right? So without a lot of the hardships that I've had in my life, some completely self-inflicted, I'm not shirking responsibility for that, but a lot of those experiences have made me who I am today, and I don't regret any of them. I think they've all taught me something, if I'm being completely honest. Taught me some pretty valuable lessons, and some of them took me a long time and a lot of lessons to actually learn it. But that's Ram Dass teaches that the universe will continue to give us the same lessons until we it burns out our reactivity to it. So in other words, until we learn, we're just going to keep going through the same thing. So anyway, I've done a lot of pontificating today. I'm sorry for that. Thanks for everybody who's checking in. These selfishly help me as much as I hope to help anybody else as well. Helps me feel connected to everyone. Talk about some of the resources that we've got. Don't forget to check into our Facebook page. We've got lots of recovery resources we're sharing on there. Our friends, the Phoenix, their page, they're doing online classes as well. Hi guys, if anyone's watching from the Phoenix, you guys are awesome. There's all kinds of stuff that we're posting to keep people connected in this time. And again, just stay positive. Not just what you post on social media, but actually, when you go out in public and you do come across people, wave to them, smile. This is time to be more human, not less. And everyone around you can use encouragement right now. Everyone, I don't care who they are. Everyone needs encouragement right now. So be that light, do that thing. I'll check in with you guys at the final when I'm done after 10. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Sorry for being so close. Peace.